Well, hi there. Welcome to the It's Rain and Crafts podcast. My name is Raina. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry under SF Chick. Today is Monday, October 9th, 2023. I have some projects to show you. I have a trip to talk about and some upcoming things to talk about. So why don't we get started? So if you saw my Instagram this weekend, you will see that I was traveling to Pittsburgh to visit my mom's best friend, college best friend, and / Kellen's godmother. They were making wedding cookies for her niece's wedding in December. They started this weekend. Last weekend, I think they baked the cookies, and then this weekend he said, "Oh, Debbie paints. Why doesn't she come in and decorate the cookies?" So, if you saw my Instagram and wedding cookies, that was my mother's part. That wasn't my part. I was sitting there knitting as I was working, as they were working on cookies. I was there in support. So I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, sorry, I'm looking over here at a project that I will talk about later. But on the way to Pittsburgh, I knitted on my cardigan that my purple and gray cardigan that's on the needles right now. And I got about 6 rows done on the entire trip because I didn't feel like counting rows when I was in the car. You know how that is. You're the passenger and also the navigator. So the car was the navigator because of the GPS, and I would just plug in numbers and change the station when asked to in the car. But I finished my purple stripe last week, so now I'm in the gray stripe. And I can't remember what row I'm on now because so I think I'm on row 37 of 80 right now. Yeah, that sounds about right. 37 of 80. Because when Joni and her sister and my mom were decorating the cookies, I was knitting on some socks. So this is my sock. This is the Way Mandalorian all up sock. So the last sock I did was the Earth Tones Girl sock, and I did 60 rows. This one has 37 rows. And then now we're going to go to the heel flap. And I didn't start that yet because, traveling on the turnpike at when it's dark, it's not fun to knit when you don't have your neck light with you. So I worked on that. I worked on this Saturday. And then, so I'm ready for the heel flap on this one. I don't have a set row number that I do, because if I do that to myself, then I get bored with it. So I look at it and I just say, it's close enough, it's good. If it's self-striping, I try to get at least one or two of the colors, but I think it would be cool with the stripes, blue, the green, and the gold. I don't know what color this is. This looks like a dark gray. But I did that. And I have my little Grey Goose stitch marker on the front. He's so cute. And usually when I'm in Pittsburgh, I hang out with my friends while Mom's doing her thing. And this weekend I just, you know, my best friend was in San Diego, or on the way home from San Diego on Saturday. So I didn't get to see her. And then the other friend, her niece went to homecoming, so, you know, they had to do all that, all the hair and the makeup and the getting dressed and getting ready. And I never went to homecoming in school. And then I got a picture of my nephew dressed up for homecoming. He looked handsome. He was in all black, and he had a plaid tie on. And Danny said that, Danny's my sister-in-law. Danny said that it was his first time wearing a tie. So on Sunday, we got up. Mom was painting cookies, or coloring the cookies. She got her assembly line down. So I was just knitting on my sock, the other sock that I brought. Now, if you remember at the beginning of October, I told you that I rolled up 2 skeins of yarn, because Rhinebeck and Depeche Mode are within the same week. So we're going to, I have yet to do my heel flaps and my turn and my gusset, so I can just knit. So this is my Knitty in Color sock. This was even shorter than the other one, but you know, it's they're my socks. They're gonna be on my feet. They're for no one else, and they sparkle. So this is Knitty in Color Wrap Me Up in her Glam Rock Sparkle Base. She usually dyes this around Christmas, and it's up on her Etsy site. I had this skein for 2 years. So I don't know if Sarah's gonna do the color anymore, but I'm loving how this is pooling, you know, the white with the green and the teal, and it looked like it was like self-striping for a while. I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, I did about, let's see, what do my notes say? 20 rows. So that shouldn't be too bad to get through that. And then If you saw my Instagram before we discovered we're going to Pittsburgh, I'm in the mood to take some of my sweaters, my pullovers, and edit them. I don't know why. It's just a thing. So this is my first edit. This is the Harkin sweater. Now, at the time, I didn't knit bottom-up sweaters. The sock arm sweater is a bottom-up. It's a bottom-up sweater with self-striping sleeves. I was like, I'm not doing bottom-up. I'm never going to do bottom-up. Wrong. As I learned with my Trinnigan, which is my Rhinebeck jacket, and my Douglas cardigan, which is the stripy cardigan that I had on previously in an episode. So this is Knit Picks Hawthorne in the Turkish Delight colorway. I think this is the kettle dye skein. So I ripped out this sleeve. This is the second sleeve. I ripped out the first sleeve and I put it on a marker. I put it on a needle. So I have to go back in my pattern and figure out how many decreases to do, when to do it, etc., etc., etc. I found it kind of like rejuvenating, and Sarah from the It's a Sarah podcast calls it heart jumping. When you take a sweater that you know that needs to be altered, and you're looking at it, and in the back of my mind, I was like, I got to do this. I got to rip this out and make the sleeve solid. So I have a few more skeins of Turkish Delight. I think this will take me through the 2 sleeves. But I really love the color of the sweater, and I did not want to rip out the entire thing. So I just ripped out the sleeve. And if I need to make it longer, I'll make it longer. But when I pulled out this sweater tonight, this is the Illuminate sweater by Andrea Mowry. Pardon me, I have pajamas on over it. But this was the Rhinebeck sweater for 2021. And this is also out of Knit Picks in their City Tweed. The green is artichoke and the yellow is lemon curd. So that's what I'm going to do next. And I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do about these sleeves on my featherweight cardigan. Am I going to stripe the sleeves, or am I going to make them solid? Because really, doing sleeves, stripy sleeves like on here, it's really a pain in the butt. And I think that doing stripes are fun. Don't get me wrong, but just you know, having to count and decrease rows at the same time boggles my mind. But, and then we left last night around 6 o'clock in the evening because we had the wedding cookies. I can, if you saw them on Instagram, they were very detailed. There's about 24 cookies, and they're going to use them as not favors, but they're going to put them on the cookie table. The wedding is on December 15th. It is on a Sunday. So we'll see what we said to Joni and Lori. Lori is Joni's sister. And it was her idea to bring Mom out, and Mom's retired now, so that was fun. And we got to see Maggie, Lori's daughter, and we saw Jamie and Buddy, Lori's dogs. Jamie's a German Shepherd. Buddy is a Bernedoodle. And Joni has 2 dogs too. She has Frankie, a Labradoodle. She has Murphy, an English cream white golden retriever. He's huge, but he's like so gentle and so kind, and I nickname him the Gentle Giant. So that's what we did this weekend. We got home around 11:30 last night. Our house was clean. The dog sitter cleaned up after herself, and the dog sitter is a good friend of mine. Her name is Krista. She's like the animal whisperer. It's like, oh, Krista. Oh, I met Krista. You know, it's like, that sounded a little weird, but it's just like she's like the animal whisperer because all the animals come to her. But we came home around 11:30 last night. I didn't get to bed till like 1 o'clock, and I had to get up this morning because I'm in group therapy for emotional eating, and it's a lot to think about. You know, they're pointing stuff out that, or helping me bring stuff out that I never thought of before. But so after that, we had our sink fixed, and we just chilled most of the day. I started knitting around 1 o'clock this afternoon, and that's about it. My mother, she has left and went for a massage from Jackie, from our masseuse, Jackie, and she will be back in a little while. But I wanted to podcast and say hello. And if you see me at Rhinebeck, I don't have my cards with me right now. But if you see me at Rhinebeck, come up, say hello. If you want a card, if you want a little card with my podcast information on there, I will give you one. I only got about, I didn't get a whole bunch like I did the last time, but I found a good referral code and I used that. And I got about 50 of them. So if you see me, come up, say hello, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.